What's up, guys? We're back once again to some more r/malicious compliance. Let's get right in the stories, and I'll see you in a bit. 2 MC in one story. Sorry, you aren't the account holder. Obligatory warning. It is long, but deliciously fun. Virgin post to this sub. Background. I got divorced a few years ago, and not long after, my ex moved to a different country. We still had a joint account. I know, it should have been cancelled, but it was overlooked. And the only transaction still happening on it was for a home alarm. We were 3 years in on a 5-year contract, and the fee was approximately $75 a month. The joint account also had a $1,000 overdraft. I started preparing to sell my home and called the alarm company to see about canceling my account. If you've ever tried to cancel an alarm contract, you know how impossible they make it, and how much of a jerk they can be. Anyway, me equals me, AC equals alarm company. Me, I'm selling my home and would like to cancel my alarm. AC, can you give us the username and password? Me, gives username and password. AC, I'm sorry, but that's not correct. Me, I have the contract in front of me, and that's what it says on the contract. AC, sorry, but that's not correct. It must have been changed. Me, okay, let's change it. AC, sorry sir, you're not the account holder. You need the account holder to change the password and to authorize any changes to the account. Me, looks closer at the contract. The ex signed it. It looks like my ex signed the contract, but we're divorced and she moved out of the country. AC, I'm sorry sir, but without her authorization, we can't make any changes to the account. Me, things are not amicable between us and she will not call you to make any changes. AC, I'm sorry sir, but we can't help you. Me, I would really like to get this taken care of. AC, sorry, we can't help without the account holder's authorization. Me, I can't get that. AC, then there's nothing we can do. Me, you need to send someone to collect your alarm and various sensors then. I'm no longer paying the bill. AC, sir, that's not the way this works. You're contractually obligated for the full term of the contract, and then your equipment is yours to keep. Me, I will no longer be paying the bill. AC, oh, in that case, we will send collections to ruin your credit score. Me, I'm pretty sure you said I'm not the account holder, and according to the contract I have in front of me, the contract is between you and my ex, so I'm done paying for her bill. AC, sir, you can't do that. That's not ethical. Me, you've told me that according to your rules, you can't work with me. So I'm just following your rules. The next day, I head into my bank and try to cancel the direct deposit transaction. I'm informed that I can't cancel it. Only the originator of the direct debit can cancel it. And with the originator being the alarm company, that is not likely. I live in Canada, and those are the rules, at least according to my bank. They tell me I can manually cancel a transaction, but that I have to come into the branch to do it. And I have to do it every month. For 3 months I do this, but it's a real pain, as I work 45 minutes out of town, and my work days happen to be the same as bank hours. So a special trip is needed, and time off work to do this. After 3 months, I went back to the bank and asked if there was any other way to sort this out. I explained the situation with the alarm company and how they won't work with me as I'm not the account holder, and how I can't get the account holder to participate. They empathize with me, but sorry, we can't help. Me equals me, BK equals bank. Me, I would like to close the account then. BK, sorry, it requires both signatures to close the account due to the way it's set up. Me, I can't get the other signature. BK, we won't be able to close the account then. Me, I've been transferring money each month to cover this alarm fee, and I won't be doing that anymore. So, we need to close this account so it doesn't incur overdraft fees and charges. BK, we can't close the account or stop direct debit. Me, can I take myself off the account then? BK, yes, you can remove yourself from the account. Me, okay, let's do that. BK removes me from the account. Me, do I have any liability on this account anymore? BK, no, you're no longer an account holder. Me, You do realize that me no longer transferring money into this account, the alarm fee will keep coming out each month and run the overdraft up. BK. That's okay. We'll deal with it. 10 months later, I get a call from my bank. The number was still listed as the contact number. Sir, you have an overdrawn account to the tune of $1,300 and change due to the fees, overdraft charges, and interest. I ask who the account holder is. They say my ex. I say, then it isn't my problem. The response is, you were an account holder on this account. I describe the entire problem and they respond with, you need to pay this. I'm sorry, I say. I tried everything to reconcile this with my branch and they did not want to work with me. And as I am not the account holder, it is no longer my problem. The bank then responded with, well, who's going to pay this overdue balance? I respond with, you need to talk with the account holder. The bank responds with, sir, that's not very ethical. You told me that your ex is no longer in the country. My response before I hung up was, I tried to work with you, but your rules would not allow it. So I'm simply following your rules. You won't bend the rules to let me leave a week early, forfeiting my pay? Fine, I'll leave and get my full pay. Hello everybody. Necessary English is not my first language. Writing from an iPad. Sorry for the long post, etc. TLDR at the end. Now that I've written it, it's just me rambling. You don't need to read it, I just wanted it off my chest. My story happened 4 years ago. I got my degree in an unrelated field, but I've been working as an IT professional most of my career. About 15 years ago, I landed my dream gig. I worked in a small-sized bank headquarters, writing SQL queries all day. Well-paid job, good hours, right next to my home. Problem solving all day long. As I said, dream job. Unfortunately, the big crisis came, and my small bank was bought by a medium bank. The good hours disappeared, and the problem solving became a connect that data hose to that other data hose as fast as you can. I live in a country I love. We have free healthcare. You get a salary when unemployed or when you retire. Weather is beautiful. Unfortunately, when the crisis hit, we got to 25% unemployment rate, and employers never have been fond of paying extra time. Why bother? So if you don't want to work for free, well, 1 in every 4 people was free. So long hours, no problem solving, and no extra pay. But well paid. Next to my home. I endured it. Then came a big bank that bought the middle bank, just as I became a father. Longer hours, no extra pay. I endured it. But finally, every field of every table from Bank A was in the right field in the right table in Bank B, so our headquarters closed. And I was given a choice. Would I like to relocate to the big bank, HQ, 2,000 miles away? Or start working in a local branch of the bank as a teller? I chose the second option, and they selected a branch that was just 100 miles from my home. Just one problem. It was on an island. With a small child and 25% unemployment rate, I couldn't risk it, and me and my family moved to that island. It soon became clear to me that we were not supposed to help people with their monetary transactions. We were salesmen. If an old lady wanted to deposit $20, she had to subscribe to our savings plan. If someone asked for a credit for their new TV, they had to subscribe to our home insurance. Our contract said we had to work from 8 to 3, but the branch was open to the public from 8:15 to 14:30, and always full. We had to stay after hours until 4, 5, or 6 in order to hit our sales target for the week. No extra pay, of course. The first few months, I wasn't good at selling. I was terrible, but I improved and improved. In 2 years, I was the best salesman in our branch and one of the best in our region. I was chosen to train everybody else in the island. More hours, no extra pay. And then, my salvation. The bank filed for a voluntary redundancy. They wanted older people with higher salaries to apply for it. It was voluntary, and the severance package was really good, and substitute them with much younger people with tiny salaries. My branch manager couldn't believe it when I told her I was leaving. Most of the people applying were those that could retire with the money from the severance package, and I was not 40 yet. She told me I was crazy and I shouldn't do that, but I just didn't care. My child had health problems and I barely saw him. Besides, the pressure to sell was huge, and I felt like I was drowning all the time. I've recently discovered I have a heart condition as a nice memento from that time of my life. And more importantly, I noticed I was starting to become a worse person. I was better at selling because I wasn't as scrupulous as I wanted to be. That was a journey I didn't want to finish. Here comes the MC part. So I told my manager that I was leaving at the end of September, since we had a right to a full month of paid vacation every year. I only had to work until the end of the first week of September. But since we were leaving the island, I asked my manager for that week. I would forfeit my pay for that week because I needed the time to help my sick child during his first week at a new school. She told me that it couldn't be. I had to work until my last day. So I started leaving at 3 every day. A week later, she called me to her office and asked me to do my part. The whole office was suffering because of my attitude. My colleagues wouldn't receive a bonus because we wouldn't hit the target. I told her if she was gonna make me work until my last minute, I wouldn't work for free. Then my wife had a revelation. In my country, when you move, you have the right to 1 paid free day. 2, if you move more than 50 miles away, which we were going to do. Better still, the bank had a policy. You could add 3 paid free days to any paid leave, marriage, family illness, etc. That meant that I didn't have to work that first week of September. I asked for those 5 days directly to HQ without telling my manager. A few days after that, she called me to her office again. HQ had told her that I couldn't enjoy that paid leave because I was leaving the bank. But she had talked to the higher-ups and they had agreed to let me have that week off, forfeiting my salary. Edit. I forgot to add, she was willing to concede that as long as I continued to give my 100%, meaning working the extra time. I went to my desk and wrote an email to a friend in HR. She had relocated to the big bank HQ when the opportunity came, and we still kept in touch. She answered right away and told me that what my manager had told me was bullcrap. Of course I had right to those 5 days since I was still an employee of the bank. I went back to my manager and told her that. I left at 3 o'clock with a big smile in my face every day from then on until my last day there, August 31st. TLDR, I was leaving a job. I wanted to leave a week early, paying for it. My boss wouldn't let me. I got that week without paying for it. Plus 50 plus hours and extra time I'd have worked if she had said yes initially. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, I got a few people wondering why some stories have bonuses and some don't. The reason is pretty simple. I did a polling a bit ago, and it shows that it's pretty down the middle between who wants bonuses and who wants longer stories. And to be honest, me personally, I enjoy both. I love reading stories and doing a lot of them, and at the same time, I love goofing off and doing bonuses. So, to make the bonuses a little more impactful, and to give people who just want stories their stories as well, I decided to make it a little bit split down the middle. About half the videos are going to have bonuses, and half won't. So when there is a bonus, it's even better. And when it's not, people who want stories will get stories. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.